5 reasons why God exists. Let's get started. Number 1, God is the best explanation for the origin of everything. Modern day science has established that the universe as we know it is finite and had a beginning. Basically, this means that the question of whether or not the universe had a beginning has been settled. So there has been 3 major theories of the origin of the universe. So the first theory states that everything or the universe is eternal and has always existed and will always exist, which has been debunked by science, by the way. The second theory is the Big Bang theory, which states that everything came out of nothing. Nothing created everything, and they try to explain this using the quantum vacuum, which isn't really nothing, but it's actually a seething sea of energy that is governed by the laws of physics. And the last theory is the theory that God created everything from nothing, which is actually in the book of Genesis, and it states that in the beginning God created everything out of nothing. It says in the beginning, which is time, God created the heavens, which is space, and the earth, which is matter. So in the beginning, God created space, time, and matter. So as you can already see, the theory that God created everything makes the most sense. Number 2, the fine-tuning of the universe and how it shows evidence of design. So basically, there are 2 main theories in this area. The first theory is the theory of evolution, that everything became what it is today through a series of processes of adaptation in order to survive. It is rare for mutations to occur. It is rare for mutations to lead to functionality, right? Meaning that for me to have mutations that will cause me to function better, it's rare. So basically what this theory is saying, as an example, is that if you would take 1,000,000 monkeys and give them all typewriters and they start typing, if you give them enough time, say 1,000,000,000 years, they would have come up with one of the most beautiful poems like the ones that Shakespeare used to write. That is impossible, and that is absurd. Even scientists think it's absurd and implausible. Take a look at some of these examples. On the other hand, the theory that God created everything makes the most sense because it would answer the questions of why the universe is so fine-tuned to work harmoniously and in a certain order. There are many things like DNA that have been seen to contain a code. This code determines the traits and the characteristics of a thing. Now, wherever there is a code, there is evidence of an encoder or someone who created the code. Even in war, every time a code was found, it was traced back to an encoder, someone who created the code.